This video is sponsored by Surfshark VPN. Man, I want to see some action in the E92 335. Take it to events or meets or Mexico for pulls. We want to see driving clips of the 335 now, please. You're getting very boring, never doing pulls with the 335 nor just cruise. I get it, you guys want to see me rip the 335 and give it the beans and all that fun stuff. Well, good news. In today's video, that's exactly what's going to happen. Guys, it is finally time. In today's video, I'm going to drive my 700 horsepower E90 and we're going to drive it hard. I've been extremely patient with this build. So patient, in fact, that a lot of you guys have been extremely disappointed that I barely drive and enjoy this car and it's always getting worked on. But today it pays off. I've been driving this car the last 2 days just to ensure that the Ford 8.8 kit and the single turbo, the tune is all working correctly. And let me tell you guys, this is one beast of a car. And the best part in my opinion is that just by looking at the exterior, does it really look like a car that's producing over 700 horsepower to the wheel? I don't think so, unless you know what you're looking for. And of course, if you hear it on the road, it does sound pretty damn mean. You guys have been very impatient. And I know because I read the comments and of course the messages on IG that I receive from you guys, but imagine how I feel. The car has over $20,000 worth of mods onto it and I haven't really been able to enjoy the car. Well, that changes today. Before we take the car for a rip and have a little bit of fun, I'm gonna go ahead and put it on a lift, do a quick walk around, ensure everything's okay, and quickly just summarize some of the key performance mods that's installed onto the car. Guys, I am excited. Ooh, dizzy. Before I list the modifications, I want to give a huge thanks to the guys here at PSI. They're a BMW specialty shop located here in the Central Florida area. They're the only guys I trust to work on my BMWs. If you guys need your BMWs worked on, make sure and hit them up. I'll leave their information down in the description below. All right, let's talk performance mods. The E90 is rocking a beefy 7.5-inch VRSF stepped race intercooler and a dock race DR700 bottom mount single turbo kit, which is very well hidden. Sleeper, anyone? What you guys see here is an open wastegate dump that sounds absolutely insane. They're in full throttle. Don't worry, you guys will be able to hear that later on. Exhaust wise, we have a modified VR7 race exhaust with a vibrant resonator. Of course, I couldn't skip out on a proper suspension setup. M3 front control arms, adjustable rear control arms with spherical bushings, and AST 5100 adjustable coilovers. This car is a 6-speed, so a DKM twin disc clutch was necessary. It hooks very well and the clutch rattle isn't terrible. I went pretty overkill with fueling. Stage 4 kit from Fuel It themselves with dual 525 pumps. And how can I not talk about the Ford 8.8 kit from Seems Legit Garage? It's actually the main reason I'm making this video, to put it to the test. If you guys missed part 1, the install video, I'll link it down in the description below. It's the ultimate drivetrain upgrade that adds a robust and nearly bulletproof Ford LSD, unbreakable axles, and a custom one-piece drive shaft for a more direct power transfer. If you use my code VehicleVirals, you can actually save $150 on the same kit. I'll also leave links to all the performance mods that I'm mentioning in this video down in the video's description. And if you're curious to see what it looks like under the hood, well, here it is. It's kind of clean. Dock race intake manifold, port injection setup, and a towel blow-off valve. Moving on to the very nice shoes that my car is rocking, we got the fully forged Titan 7 TS7 wheels wrapped in Toyo R888r tire, you know, for hooking purposes. Big power means you need big brakes. Well, the front brakes were upgraded to F80 M3 calipers and rotors. Safety first, kids. Talking about safety, if you're anything like me, you spend a lot of time online. I mean, like, who doesn't? Whether you're on the go or you're traveling somewhere, every time you connect to that precious, irreplaceable internet, you're at risk, which is why I use Surfshark, which happens to be today's video sponsor. Surfshark is a VPN, which is short for virtual private network, that essentially encrypts all your personal data that is sent between your awesome device, such as your cell phone or computer, and to the internet. In simplest terms, it protects you from potential hackers and large shady businesses. A little bit over 2 years ago, I went over to Cancun, Mexico on vacation to do the gender reveal for me and my wife. My business account on Instagram got hacked several times within like a span of an hour, the Vehicle Virals one, and it wasn't until I disconnected from the Wi-Fi that the hacking stopped. At the time, if I had a Surfshark, that would have never happened. Surfshark also gives you the ability to virtually travel anywhere. They have over 3,200 servers that allows you to just change your device's IP address whenever you want, like a ninja. I was in Rhode Island a few months ago, turned into the YouTube TV app to watch the Orlando Magic's game, and couldn't because it was a local channel to my home in Central Florida. I quickly changed my IP address location and bam, I was able to watch it as if I was still home. The best part is that you can do this with an unlimited amount of devices. If you sign up now and you use code VehicleVirals, you'll save 83% off and get 3 months free, which is absolutely insane. I'll leave a link down in the description below. Don't miss out. Since I know you guys are gonna ask, let me go ahead and give you guys a quick tour of the interior setup that I have going on. Aftermarket head unit from Extrons. I have MHD running here, so I can monitor certain things like intake temperature, low pressure, rail pressure, cylinder, timing correction, and then O2 sensor readings as well. I'm rocking the ID4 Motion digital cluster, which I do sell on the website. Make sure and check it out, vehiclevirals.com. Right here I have the GFB boost controller, which a lot of you guys are familiar with. It's pretty standard in the community. Here, let me show you guys my settings. So for wastegate, duty, cycle, I have that set to 59, which gets me about 29-30 pounds of boost. I have the gain set to, I believe it's 50. Yeah, 50. So essentially with this setting, it'll allow your turbo to spool up just a bit faster. I was able to get the turbo to spool up as fast as 3,200 RPM, even 3,000 before once I brought it up to like 70. And then we have sensitivity, which is set to 20. I just kind of followed my tuner's advice when he told me to do that. I have my overboost set to 31.7. Self-explanatory, essentially. If I ever make more boost and then that or close to that, it'll cut power so I don't pass it. And then everything else is just standard default settings. All right, y'all, it's time to rip on this bad boy and see what she got. Dump is so intoxicating. I'm doing all those pulls on Mexico, of course, and I'm losing hearing. Like I literally got some hearing loss for sure. Hear that whine though? Woo!
That third gear definitely put me in the seat.
Oh my, bro. Okay, so I must have shifted at the right point because that third it was already at like top boost. It's like a breath of fresh air of finally being able to drive and enjoy the car. Right? Do it a second time, just in case, and a third time. But all we do is work on this damn car, and something always happens, and we don't have the time. But do you see this cheese, though? Finally, we're talking about like over $20,000 worth of upgrades. Finally, I can seriously enjoy the car. gotta see Ali's face. So my thoughts on the Ford 8.8 kit from Seems Legit Garage. Nothing but good things to say about it. It's just like the perfect drivetrain upgrade for a high horsepower 335. The power delivery just feels a lot more responsive. The car just wants to get up and go every single time. I guess the only real knock that I can give it, which is not really a knock, is you are gonna experience more NVH. If you guys don't know what that means, that's more noise, vibration, and harshness. It does have solid metal bushings attached to it, to the LSD that is. So you're gonna feel a lot more. But for my setup, I have a straight piped E90. I can hear the exhaust more than anything else, so it really doesn't bother me too much. All right, I have a little bit of a straight here. I'm gonna go ahead and do a third gear pull, about 3,400 RPM, let's see. It's like a goddamn roller coaster, I swear. Oh my god. Yo, it's so cool how controlled the car feels. It has a proper LSD now. The car doesn't constantly want to kick out like it does with an open differential. It's absolutely amazing. All right, guys, so we're near the end of the video, but I wouldn't recommend you guys leave. Yeah, I actually left the best for last. We're gonna go ahead and do a proper burnout now that we have the 8.8 installed. Of course, we are running the Doc Race DR700. It should make for a really sweet show. I was not interested in burning up the expensive Toyo tires. I had something else in mind. I did a burnout on the E93 a while ago before I gave it away and still had the wheels sitting around with plenty of rubber. So why not? Let's do it. Yeah. I promise Ali, since you know, he's helped me a lot with the E90, that once the car is dialed in, I'll let him have a little bit of fun in it. So he's gonna be the one performing the burnout. Let's give him the pleasure. Plus, he's like the ultimate definition of driver mod, so this should be good. Damn, son! Guys, if you're ever going to attempt to do a burnout, make sure you have traction control completely off, or this happens. To be fair, the car is rocking a digital cluster, so the traction control light is less recognizable. Now it was time for a proper burnout. All right, round two, baby. Yeah. That is what we call a proper two-wheel Ford 8.8 burnout. Guys, if you thought that was freaking awesome, make sure to hit the like button. It really helps the video out. And I'll see you guys in the next video.